I don't even know where to start, but it's definitely one of those things that it's like it's been a long time.
Nah, facts.
It's been a long time.
We've been talking about it. Yeah,
I appreciate you for even just like sticking through with it. Yeah, sticking through with it and not just being in the space of it like, nah, man, this man.
Right.
And I'm sure you probably felt like that. There were days. Yeah. Man, I know I have my days. And a lot of times, we can't let, like life stresses, take us out of like certain places. But
yeah,
enough about that. Man, welcome to the show.
What's up, man? Hey, look, I know you're busy. I know you're a busy dude. Let me just say that first and foremost, man. You're a great guy. You got your kids, man. You're doing what you need to do out here. So it just had to be the perfect time. And then right now, I feel like it's the perfect time to just sit down and chop it up, man. Just talk about some stuff.
The other day when they told me, they was like, yeah, man, you're going to be rooming with some light-skinned brother, man. Such and such. I'm like, man, light-skinned. We go to church with him. Right. I don't know. Deacon Charlie, I don't know.
Right.
But I got up here, nigga, sleep with the light on. I was like, bro, this man is tripping. But anyways, man, Rome, how you feeling?
I'm good, man. I'm happy to be here, man. This men's retreat was something that was definitely needed, bro. And it ain't no perfect time to really sit down and talk about it than right now.
You
feel me?
You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna get into retreat, but let's just take this walk, man.
Yeah.
A brief, who are you? Where are you from? Vegas?
Well,
how long you been here?
Yeah. My name is Jerome Dillard. I'm originally from Detroit, Michigan, but I moved to Las Vegas, Nevada when I was about 12 years old, man. And Detroit roots is installed in me, so Motown, everything, from Michael Jackson, Jackson 5, Marvin Gaye, Smokey Robinson, the list goes on for that, and it's always kind of been in me. Music always been in me. And, I just brought it to Vegas. And Vegas is, I would probably say, they kind of amplified it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like Vegas, me singing in school, middle school, high school, Vegas definitely amplified the singer in me. Where, Detroit, I was still, new to the music. So obviously my vocals wasn't as developed as they were when I moved to Vegas. So that's probably why the Detroit crowd didn't really gravitate towards me as much, because I was still, a rookie. But by the time I got to Vegas, man, I feel like vocally I started becoming a different type of, vocalist, and people start, really noticing. And then I start, getting on people Facebook pages, stuff going semi-viral and little stuff like that. And now we here, man. Over all them years, man, we here.
So at what age can you remember like music? Like what was that age where you say, oh, I was this age, I was singing, I was at the house, I was doing this. When did that start for you?
Oh, that's, man, I probably say dancing started first, because a lot of people don't know. I dance for real. I know it sounds crazy, bro, but like, people don't understand, man. People been calling me young Michael Jackson, and you the next Chris Brown. It is not because I just sound like Chris Brown. It's because I really be dancing, bro. I really be getting down for real. But but I probably say around 4 is when I start, the dancing came first. And it's just like, oh, he just a little boy dancing. But when I start singing, I was like 8. And then I want to say when I came out with my first music video with my cousin Kendall was when I was like 11. And that's when I was like, yo, this is what I want to do. Like, this is what I'm doing for sure. So I'd probably say I came to that realization that I wanted to do this as a career at like 11 years old. So from 11 all the way up until now, man.
So all that time, had you been back and forward? Had you been in Detroit? Like, is all of this happening in Detroit, or is Vegas playing a role into this? Just give us a brief breakdown of that timeline.
Well, I'll probably say the love for music started in Detroit. Absolutely. Doing music videos and doing little stuff like that. But I moved to Vegas when I was 12. So probably like a year after saying I want to do this for a career, I moved to Vegas, So it wasn't really too much time to really stay in Detroit to do it because I moved to Vegas. You know what I'm saying? So by the time I moved to Vegas and I'm like a few years in from being 8 years old doing music, you know, starting to sing, by the time I'm 12, you know, or 11, 12, I mean, that's 4 years into honing in on a craft. So you would assume that somebody would become better at what they doing for 4 years of consistency, you know? So that's kind of where that picked up. And yeah, man, it's, you know, I mean, that's really the timeline as far as the origins of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, now we going into other stuff, then obviously the timeline broadens. But if we're talking about just the origins, it's like Detroit, around 4 years old, started dancing, 8 years old, started singing, 11 years old, started taking it serious. By the time I was 12, boom, we out here in Vegas. You know, so that's that origin timeline right there.
Gotcha. Yeah. Now, I asked this question to really, you know, like all people that I know that are like around music or within music. And I'm gonna just take it here. What does music mean to you?
Music, man, to me, music is the most therapeutic secret code to life and existence, bro. Like, music is for the soul, man. I feel like there's 2 things for the soul, man, and it's food and music. It don't matter where you from. It don't matter what background you come from. Melody is going to speak to you regardless.
Okay.
It don't matter what kind of genre it is. That type of sound frequency is going to reach you in some form or fashion. You know, and I feel like music is the one thing that you can't touch, you can't smell, you can't feel, but you can feel. Feel me?
You don't think you can't feel music?
No. What I'm physical touch. Physical touch.
I would even.
Okay, we ain't talking about speakers blasting with. We ain't talking about.
I would even question that.
Okay, well, I mean, you can question it in that sense, but what I'm saying in general is that it's not necessarily if you putting it in terms of sound waves like that, then yeah, you could physically feel it. But you know what I mean? It's like it's more of a soul thing to me. You know what I'm saying? That's why when you listen to certain singers back in the day, they're like, oh, that girl got soul, because you can feel it in your soul more so than hearing that thump through the speakers. You know, and I'm actually happy you said that, because it shows how many layers it is to music that in some instances you can physically feel it. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
that just added towards, you know, my statement. But yeah, music is just, it's therapeutic for me, man. It's medicine. It really is.
You may not know this, but like, in a sense, because I'm getting to know you more, I vicariously live through you, because like I can't sing.
Yeah. And
you my singer friend.
Yeah.
And I used to play instruments.
So like that.
Music has such of your answer to like what music meant to you. At one point, that's what it was for me. It was therapeutic. It was a place where I could expressively, you know, show who I am, and, you know, just be an individual, although I was in a group. When you're in a band, there's so much going on to create a sound.
Yeah.
That I have such a different, like I have an appreciation for music on a different level, because I've actually played it.
Right.
I've actually learned how to read it. I've actually, you know, been in a space to, you know, okay, playing instruments, you got to breathe a certain way. You got to do certain things. You got to, it's a whole different game than just, you know, listening to it.
Exactly.
And so I have a whole different like appreciation.
You are the music in that case.
In a sense.
Yeah, you are the music.
In a sense. And that's why when I say like you can feel it, even when you play an instrument, you can feel, you know what I'm saying, the different vibrations and the different, like I said, when you breathe in, like you are the music, in a sense.
Right.
So that's why I feel like you can feel it, and not even just through, you know, vibrational waves. Have you ever played an instrument?
No, I just go by ear when it comes down to the keys, but I don't know how to read music yet or nothing like that. No, bro.
Wow.
Yeah, man, if I knew how to read music, I'd be a different kind of beast, dog. But no, I don't read music yet. I put the yet on that because that's what I'm learning for sure.
Wow, I did not know that.
For real?
So is it common for musicians to not.
Of course, bro. That's probably the most common thing.
Or not musicians, for singers.
For singers.
If you're a musician, and you just,
musician.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Well, you just got to be gifted.
Yeah.
For singers,
singers, it's definitely common not to know how to read music, for sure. Like, I'm not speaking for singers back in the day, but today's singer, man, if you know what B flat is and you know what C sharp minor is, you're ahead of the game, dog. Feel me? And it's a perfect pitch. And that's what I'm learning right now currently, is like, exercising my ears for that. But if you know that stuff, man, you ahead, way ahead, bro. So yeah, to answer that, yeah, it's not normal.
So where do you want music to take you? What's your dream? And share a piece of your dream with us.
My dream,
because some things you can't share everything, but just share a piece. You know what I'm saying?
I share a piece. One of my dreams, man, I would say the normal things that people says, oh, I want to buy my parents a crib and I want to do things like that. But my dream is real simple though, man. It's simple, but it's not simple. And that is, I want to be overly financially stable enough to do what I love to do and only what I love to do in this world where you have to work regardless. But I want to be in charge of the work that I do, which is music or whatever other ventures I bleed into from entrepreneurship, and just be able to look out for my family in any given way. That is a dream that I feel like you hear, but that's a two-sided dream though. That's my personal dream as far as my family and things. Now, if we talking what will be a dream with just music and only music, I would say being a multi-diamond recording artist. Diamond, I stress that. See what I'm saying? Yeah. Diamond artist, where it's just like everything this dude is a part of is like, it's nothing less than platinum, bro. That's my dream, is to be in Greece somewhere in an ancient hall where it's only 200 seats, but it ain't nothing but billionaires, because the music that I make is just a different type of frequency that does something to their brains, where it's so soothing that it's like, it's expensive to come in here and listen to this, and that's just his dream. I dream so big to the point where I have no ego, bro. Like, I dream so big that I'll be listening to myself sometimes like, bro, that's kind of crazy, bro. Yeah. And when I think of it as being crazy, I said, I'm in the right spot there. Because if it's too achievable, I don't have nothing for it to look forward to. I don't have nothing else to look forward to in my career. And I always want to be reaching. It's a fine line between being satisfied, but not being so satisfied to the point where you just like, I did everything I want to do. There's nothing else to do. I never want to get to that point, ever. Right. Even when I'm 70, I want to say, well, if I'm not blowing or I'm not dancing up and down stage, I want to be the one to have an ear to orchestrate the orchestra. Okay. Or I want to be the one to be like, I brought up the next Michael Jackson to this generation because of my musical knowledge on some Quincy Jones stuff. So I never just want to be satisfied ever.
Gotcha. Now, this is a question that I've always wanted to ask. Do artists take digs at people who don't write? How important, actually, the question, there's my question. Yeah. How important is writing to you?
Okay, see, look, now you speaking to a writer, bro. I am a writer. You know what I'm saying? Look, you speaking to a writer, bro. So I do know what it's like to write for other artists and make it a career, because that's actually what I'm doing right now. This is probably the first time in my life where not only am I an artist, but I'm also a songwriter as well. So I feel like because music is so universal and it can reach people in so many ways, I am so open to the thought of it being multiple people on one song. Okay. Because there may be a line that you come up with that only your experience could say, that I would never be able to say it in that fashion because I've never lived it like that. And you knew exactly how to put it together. And we put this piece of work, this beautiful piece of art together, and that's how it's going to reach millions of hearts, because there's different cadences and different ideas from different people from different walks of life that's able to contribute into this pot. Now, if you are an artist who could be a one-stop shop and do it great.
I don't mean to cut you off. When you say go ahead. One stop shop. What do you mean? Break that down for us.
When I say one stop shop, I mean there are some crazy people out here, and I'm one of them, bro. You feel me? I'm where you can not only write the entire song, you can arrange this entire song. Okay. You can audio engineer the entire song exactly how you want it to, and you can make the beat to the entire song. There's only a selected few people in music who can do that. See what I'm saying? And if you are a one-stop shop like that, go crazy. I'm not ever more points to you. But I would never sit here and bash a rapper or a songwriter or a singer because they got one or two other people on their stuff. It's like, bro, we're here to put this out to the masses of the people, the world. Nobody cares if it's just you, bro. Like if she got something crazy to say and that could reach a whole dynamic that we wasn't able to reach because she want to say something in Spanish, let her say something in Spanish. You see what I'm saying? Like, so it's like, no, I'm definitely open to that. But if you can do it by yourself, do it by yourself.
Okay.
Okay. What's your thought process on that though? Because you seem like you had some other thoughts. What's your thought process on that?
I really don't, because my let's just say my knowledge for music is it's still in its infancy. Granted, I've played. I at one point knew how to read music and different things. I know not that much.
Yeah.
However, that is why I admire all my musically, gifted, musically inclined friends, because I was once a person who cared so much. Like to sit down and read music, that's not just nah, bro. And to even play an instrument to the point to where you are remembering, like I said, I played the clarinet, I played the clarinet, the bass clarinet, and I played the drums a little bit.
Oh, that's crazy.
I played the pad and the xylophone.
Yeah.
So I played those four, and the crazy thing is I tried to do more. Yeah. Because I didn't like the stigma of like playing the clarinet, but like I said, it took me to get older to like realize you just got to be you.
Right.
You just got to be you and be the best you that you can be.
That part.
So now, having an understanding of music, I listen to so much music so I can have an appreciation for what it is that we have now.
Right.
I feel like a lot of times people now don't really appreciate what was there. So that's why music is boring me in a sense.
Right.
And so now I'm in a space to where, like, even what prompted my interview now, you are a artist, you have a different sound, and there are times where you can mimic, but you are you.
Yeah.
And I've realized that even with the song that you showed me earlier, that's you.
Yeah.
That's nobody else. That's it. And I believe that there are some things that can be similar to like attract a certain crowd. But that's what you want to do.
Yeah, facts. Of course.
I feel like when you fail to cater to a crowd, sometimes you sell yourself short.
Right.
Especially with the way that things are going on now. We got TikTok, we got Instagram, we got all these different apps where things are in the short form. And one of the most popular things are, if you can get it in the short form and you can turn a dance to it,
right,
and you can put on the dance,
right,
that's gonna bring you traction.
Facts, though.
For the people that are still stuck in, nah, man, I'm gonna do it this way. It's gonna be like this, X, Y, and Z. That's only gonna get you so far until like a certain point.
Right.
Yo,
what's up, man?
What's up? You're good.
Yeah.
You're good.
So, all right.
The attitude is crazy. Earlier today, sidebar, I was like, am I just so out of shape, or are we just so high up?
Yeah. It might be out of shape a little bit too, but
it's a little bit of both. But
more so on that side though. I'm just like,
I got you.
No, but I feel that though. I feel like just to add to what you're saying, man, I feel like
I knew LG's was up in here.
I feel like, just to add what you're saying, bro, I feel like it's we have to what you said, if you don't look for certain audience is kind of selling yourself short. The reason why that's so important, bro, is because it's like Michael Jackson wouldn't have known that he had the audience that he had he not reached into Diana Ross bucket a little bit, or James Brown bucket a little bit, or just the entire catalog of Motown within itself. Like had he not picked his fans through that, I mean, who knows if we would never have a Michael Jackson category if it wasn't due to those people. Quincy Jones, because Quincy Jones was 50 years old by the time Thriller came out, but an audience came with Quincy Jones from being the youngest person to ever work with Frank Sinatra, and movement came with the people that he chose to work with. So that's why I feel like it's important with even somebody like me. I mean, a lot of people's like, oh, he the next Chris Brown, oh, he this, and it's like, I never get offended at that, bro, because it's just like, I know that if we're looking at people in Chris Brown lane and Bieber lane and Bryson Tiller, some of those people like different things that I may offer. So if I have to grab them just to reach them, I don't expect everybody to come, because those are those people's people. But there's selected individuals that may say, you know what? If Chris Brown did make this kind of music, I would probably like that. So let me go over there and see what he got going on. You know what I'm saying? So that was just to add to what you were saying. But no, I agree 100%.
Yeah, that's and I think that's really like an interesting, point of view to look at things, and positive. More or less just keep doing you. Like I said, as long as you can stay you and not ever feel like you have to step outside of you so much to where you're not you, then you're doing the right thing.
Thank you, man. I appreciate
you're
that.
You're doing the right thing. Now, you are so much more than the music. You're family. Are you in the business? Are you into the music business? Are you just an artist?
Yeah.
Because I know about the family. We're going to get into the family.
Yeah.
Since we in the music.
Yeah. Well, I'm a studio business owner, man. When I realized I started getting irritated every single time I had to pay people for studio time, and they wasn't taking my time serious. Like, yeah, he young, it's whatever, man. Yeah, this sound good. I'm like, bro, it don't sound good, though. We all listening to it. Like, no, bro, like, don't put my vocal chain on the same vocal chain that you would put on a dude that just left his session. Like, voices are different. It's different frequencies, different things. So you're going to have to adjust some of those things, man. So long story short, man, when I got tired of that, I was just like, you know what? God bless my parents, man. They invested in my first studio, my first home studio. And then it just got to a point where when I knew I can get my voice good, I started having all my homies come over and we start recording songs from YouTube beats and stuff. And then we noticed, like, bro, I done made all of y'all voices sound good. Like some of y'all been singing that y'all know y'all can't sing, but I done fixed the melodyne, I done added the tune a little bit. Gotcha. And now they sound like Beyonce in there. So once I started doing that, man, it gradually, just turned into like a thing where it's just like, yo, we not going to record nothing unless we go with Jerome. So that's kind of where that started. And then, opened up a studio. And, I done linked up with some other engineers that I know that's cold with what they do and things like that. And that just kind of started that. So once I actually became a business owner that was outside of me being a writer or an artist and things like that, I started looking at everything like, what else do I like to do? I like watches. Maybe I'll start a watch company at some point. I like, because I heard something important that Kevin Hart said. And he said, the original passion that you have is what's going to open the door. Right. But never be so scared to venture into other things that you like to do. So comedy started it all for him, but he also found out that he has a passion in working out. So you start a pre-workout business. Right. Now he got it across all, nationwide, across all the Walmarts you can think of.
Athletics.
Exactly. So I feel like it's just important it's like one passion can open up the door, man, but don't be afraid to branch into everything. We only got one life, bro. Once it's over, it's over. So another thing I love fruit with a passion. I'm like, bro, I will probably start up with a strawberry company at some point. Probably start up a Bonds or an extension of a Walmart or Bonds or Smiths or something like that. You just never know, man. You really never know. So I know that answer was everywhere, but
no. I
definitely an entrepreneur for sure.
When you shared that quote, that quote really spoke to me because like I find myself being a person that wants to venture out in different things, but I have to remember, let the main thing be the main thing, grow the main thing to the point to where I then can venture out.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times I'll touch something and then I'll touch something else. Right. Then I'm touching 10 things at one time and nothing ever gets completed because I'm just here, I'm there, I'm everywhere.
It's good you know that though. Yeah. It's good you know that though, because some people, they just make it seem like they got their hands in 1,000 things, but it ain't even 25% done on each category. You know what I'm saying?
I would attribute that to just having a really good community. I'm really blessed to have a really great community, and I thank each and every one of them, even when they don't think that I thank and love them, man. I thank and love them, you know.
Yeah.
Astronomical amounts, man. Like. There's nothing that they couldn't call me for, or you know, nothing that I wouldn't do if I had the capacity to do that I wouldn't do.
Exactly.
And so, and it's vice versa. You know, there's nothing that I've ever needed that they had that I couldn't have. You know what I'm saying? And so,
I looking out for your people,
man. You have to, man, because in this life, people, relationships, community is important, and we live in a world that tells you like, nah, you can do it on your own, and that's why so many of us are struggling, man.
For real,
so many of us are going through, you know, really rough times, and it's because of what we are like now consuming, and you know, even for myself, sometimes I just got to take a step back.
Yeah,
and so even retreat, allowing us to like. And I know I'm going off on a tangent, but just having a space to like take a step back and think,
thanks,
is what's needed. And I would advise people to just take a step back, think, and then move.
Right.
You know, there's some times where you just move, but sometimes you really got to think before you move.
That part.
Okay.
Real talk, man.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. We on the same page. We on the same page.
No, man. Let's get into this family, man. How's family life for you? You and let's really talk about it, because with young guys, it's not really in terms of media, it's not really one of those things that is like the most smiled upon or the most common thing. But really, it's so crazy. I'm around young families.
Yeah.
And so I just want to ask, like, how is navigating that for you, or how do you feel about, you know, being a young guy, being in a committed relationship, you have a family? What does it mean to you?
Well, I feel like, I've always felt like family is a beautiful thing, man. I do say, I will stress on this though, man. It really just depends on your partner though, man. Like, I really, you could be the youngest person in the world, you know, but if you don't have a good partner, man, it just ain't gonna do nothing for you. You know what I'm saying? So it's sometimes a lot of people, like you just mentioned when you said, when people think about young relationships and it's not something that people smile upon and things like that, it's because they don't understand what they're getting themselves into, because none of us really do. But it's like, you gotta find somebody that's equally yoked to a certain point, man. They gotta have the same morals to you as you know, to a certain point, man. But, you know, I would probably say, Now this is the spill I'm gonna get you, because you said we're gonna talk about it, so we're gonna talk about it. All right,
we're gonna talk about it, man. We're gonna ride.
So I feel like when you get married early, the pros that it can have is that you grew with somebody through all the growing pains. You have somebody that you know you trust. You know somebody is by your side when finances wasn't even a word, because y'all was too young with each other, so they understand you, they know where you come from, they know all these things. But the cons that can come with that is the growing pains of going from teenager to adult, and we all know how crazy that is,
man.
You know, another thing that come with the growing pains is understanding that I'm not the same person as I was when I was 16 at 24. I change every year. every year I'm a whole another person. You know what I'm saying? And another growing pains that come with that is just overall just being in the same spot with somebody, man. Like you could be in this room by yourself forever, but when you sit in this room with somebody else and y'all share the same bed, y'all share the same bathroom, now there's some type of, it's a job, bro. Feel me? Like, and anybody married that say it ain't no job, man, I don't know what's going on in their marriage, bro. Like, it's a job, bro. It's a full-time job because you can't just live how you want to live because there's somebody else there that you attached to that also got feelings. So even though you could have said something to yourself and was like, I don't think none of it, that don't mean you could say it to them that way. Right. You know what I'm saying? So it's a mixed emotional type of question, man. But overall, I am the person that I'm a ride for marriage, no matter how young, well, pause, not no matter how young you are. But if you are of age to be married, then I'm definitely a person that's like, yo, if you 20-something and you want to get married, go ahead, man. As long as you feel that it's a person that's equally yoked with you. Because if they not, it ain't going to last, my boy. Feel me?
Got you.
And other people, answers may vary, bro. This is just me. See what I'm saying?
We are all different. You know, we all have our own experiences. We all have our own likes, dislikes, you know. Right. Like you said, something that, you know, means something to you may not matter to another person.
Facts.
And everybody is gonna give their own answer. I don't expect any answer on, you know, dating and relationships. Well, to a certain degree, there are certain things that will align.
Yeah.
But then there are just some things that are just for you.
Yeah.
There are just some things that are just for me.
Yeah.
Some, you know, and it's different for everybody.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to ask, like, do you think, other than like the love that you may have had for a person, do you think that there were any other outside factors that had influenced your decision?
When you say influence, do you mean,
like, for example, you with your girl, y'all have a kid, and you like, you know what, we got this kid, let's be a family.
Yeah.
For some people, it's, oh, I love this person, I trust this person, I want to spend my life with this person. You know, for someone else, it's like, it may only make sense, you know, for a specific reason.
Right.
What were those influences for you?
I would probably say, man, the influence for me was from the kid factor or the marriage factor. Because you brought up two different things.
What is it for you? It's different. And those are just examples.
Okay.
Was it children?
Yeah. What really made me like, what really made us like get together is that we always had a thought process where it was just like, yo, if I can't have kids with you, I'm probably not. Like, if I know I want kids in life, but I don't see myself having kids with you, probably not a good sign to get married. See what I'm saying? like I stressed on if you want kids, because some people genuinely don't want kids. Yeah. So if you want kids but you don't see yourself having kids with me, that's a red flag. Obvious red flag. Gotcha. Another red flag is if I'm okay with having kids with you, but I'm not okay with marrying you, also another major red flag, because kids is gonna be here forever, dog. And if you okay with a lifetime little person being here, but you don't like the thought of marrying me and being with me forever, then obviously that's gonna speak for itself on being a red flag. So me and my wife kind of knew earlier, like we would always do the fantasy talk with each other, you know, being 16, 17, like, when we get married, when we this, when we that, you know, the little booed up little stuff like that, you know. That little stuff. And so at some point, man, it just turned real, bro. And I'm just like, yo, I just felt like, but one thing that I stressed to my wife though early on is that I told her, I said, without God, we is not gonna last. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because the logistics of it is, I'm a good looking dude and you a beautiful girl. And if our egos get to our head, it's not gonna be good, man.
That's real.
It's not gonna be good, because I knew that early though. And she agreed, you know what I'm saying? And I also said, I'm not stopping music for nobody, because this is my therapy. So when these conversations come up and it's 2:00 in the morning and I'm at the studio, I don't want you to be having me compromise my music because whatever you think is going on, especially if I assure you on what's going on, and you, no. So I tried my best to lay the foundation down as much as possible. Now, I'm not saying, marriages don't have problems, man. It's problems, and the pettiest problems, back to forth, back and back, all the time. You know what I'm saying? But the foundation was laid, man. So that's what I can say about my marriage, my relationship, my stuff, is just make sure the foundation is laid. Make sure that both of y'all are equally yoked and y'all know what y'all want to do. Because sometimes people get together, they just don't even know what they want to do. Do y'all want kids? How many kids do y'all want? What do you want as a career? What do you want as a career? What empire is y'all building exactly? Did y'all think about that? Okay, maybe y'all should start thinking about what y'all gonna bring together when it's all said and done for both of y'all, and it's just these kids walking around. Like, what y'all trying to build? What's the inheritance? What's going on? So these is all important conversations that I feel like marriages in general, they try to earn, relationships in general try to veer away from, but it's very important, especially if you're trying to live and see out the rest of life with this person. And I'm gonna probably say something that a lot of people don't say. When you don't have a plan like that, relationships tend to end a lot faster because both of y'all looking at each other like, you irritate me too much and I don't really see no future. Even though we together, I don't really see no future and I don't really know where this is going. I'm gonna just break off. Feel me? And that's something a lot of people won't say. So I feel like having a plan is important, dog.
Yeah. Now, you being in a business like music, you have a family. Do you think that where am I gonna take this?
Hey, you was on the song. I said, oh, he like, okay. That's a question.
Because, earlier, I don't even know how it came about, but are you one of those people that say, I care about my family so much that these sacrifices that may hurt them now, I'm going to do that for the future? Or are you like,
that's a great question.
My family means so much to me, I am going to sacrifice what it is that I want for them?
Now that's a great question, but it's a tough question too.
I'm gonna just tell you how it is. It's so loaded. Yeah, it's so loaded because I really wanted it to make sense. Earlier, I really don't know how I came about it, and I really
no, it's there though, bro.
It was so random.
No, it's there though.
It was so random. Like I said, when I have these ideas, they come in flashes.
Should have wrote it down.
I throw them out.
Should have wrote it down.
I throw them out because I love the organic moments. But do you? Okay, let's take it here.
I like the question though.
How do you feel like you deal with the sacrifices that you take being in music because you have a family?
How do I feel about the sacrifices that I need to take with me being in music? I feel like...
Do you feel bad about the sacrifices? Do you feel like your kids will one day understand?
I feel like, yeah.
Do you want them to understand?
You worded it way better the first time. I ain't gonna lie to you. But yeah, no. Now I'm definitely it's a fine line between those two, man. It's a fine line between those two. It's like what we was talking about earlier in the Bible study, where it's like, man, you gotta have a gift of discernment to a certain point to understand what's worth sacrificing and what's not worth sacrificing.
Okay.
Because somebody who don't have discernment, they will sacrifice for anything just because it got a good ring to it. But that don't mean all light is the good light.
Okay.
See what I'm saying?
Okay.
So I feel like I've learned that over time, yes. And I feel like I have the discernment enough to know that, hey, what is the pros and cons that can come out of this situation here? And what is it good? Is it more good than bad? Or is it more bad than good? Which one? So that's why I base my situations off of. But I won't just flat out say, I'm the person who will I just throw it all out the window for my family, because I know what God gave me. I know the God-given ability that he gave me. I know that he gave me a certain type of determination to get it done, and he gave it to me. He didn't give it to my wife. He didn't give it to nobody else in that type of way. So if I feel like it makes sense, I'm going to be vocal with my partner on why I feel like it makes sense, why it's more pros than cons in this situation, and I'm gonna go for it. And I'm gonna say they're gonna find out later why daddy wasn't around, why daddy was in China, because he was getting to the bag for real. You know what I'm saying? So even though he was away for 4 months, you know, so it is those sacrifices that I feel like you got to have discernment with it, man.
Now, being away for that time, how much do you think that affected your family?
Man, yo, I feel like, well, it didn't, and you know what? That's a crazy question, because I feel like financially it did support my family in ways that I haven't been able to do from music since that,
right,
on a professional level in music. So it definitely helped in that aspect. But being away from your kids for that long, and they cry every day, you know, wife sending me little screenshots, little videos on Snapchat. I want daddy, where's he at? And I'm just like, man, I don't know what they going through right now, because I'm the cool parent.
Right.
I'm the one, I baby them left and right, man. What you want? So
and I know that's just a bad thing.
Yeah.
That's, you know, people say it all the time, just to, oh man, your daughter got you wrapped right finger. That's my baby though.
Right, facts.
That's my baby.
Like,
and she's always gonna be that, like, no matter what.
Yeah.
She looks like me.
Yeah, facts. Same blood as me. Came from me. You know,
I created that.
You just carried her.
Right.
You her, but you know, no, but nah. It was financial. It was a great financial move and things like that, and we all understood that. I feel like, but the cons that came with it was as simple as just not being there, not being present for 100 days, man. Only being present through a phone call. You know, the time difference was 15 hours. So you right when you get off stage, like, you got to make that phone call for an hour, 2 hours, just to make sure you caught up every single day. And sometimes when they crying and they just need you to hold them, you're not there. And the same with my wife, man. It's her times too, for real, because
right, that's your lady, man.
I mean, yeah, you spousal support. I mean, in every way, you know, and she looking out for the babies, you know. So that's why, man, I just respect my wife on a whole nother level, man. You feel what I'm saying? But
yeah,
it's just like, even not being with her and not being able to be there for her when she needed me to be, in physical ways and just things like that, it take a toll on you, man. But nevertheless, I had to understand that, yo, you came out here for the best reason possible.
Right.
You've developed a different type of relationship with God that you never had before. You done reached different body level peaks as far as health and great ways and things like that. So sometimes you got to just look at it like that. And if you sink in the negativity is just gonna come at you left and right, because there's always negativities to good situations. It's always, it can go this way or it can go that way.
Life has such a duality, man.
Exactly.
To every good there's a bad, to up there's down, to left there's right.
Exactly.
So you just gotta expect it.
Exactly. So in that time, I chose not to look at the negative. You know what I'm saying? So it's funny you brought that up, because I never looked at it or forced myself to look at it in a negative light. But it's real situations, though. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, man, that's really that. You know?
Got you.
Yeah.
Now, to pivot a bit, in terms of, is there more that can come out of the Vegas music scene?
Oh yeah, for sure, bro. What?
Because Vegas is, like I said, Vegas has so much to offer, but people don't know what's there.
Yeah.
People think it's just casinos.
Right.
And, they don't... Vegas is so big on TV and media. Like, people really don't understand. Like, there are people, like, really living here.
Yeah.
You know, really doing things.
Right.
I don't even remember the last Vegas artist.
Yeah. I think it was, who was it? Baby King.
Really?
Baby King, yeah, that broke from Vegas. He went to what? Well, where'd he go?
Shame on me.
Cimarron.
Shame on me.
Shame
on me. Hey,
two-time Grammy Award winner. You tripping, bro?
Hey, they gonna kill me.
He was tripping.
And the crazy thing is because, you know, while I would tell you, you know, a lot of times, actually, well, recently, what I've been doing is I've been listening to a lot of, like, older music. And I listen to a lot of older music through and through, and not just the hits, because there's so much music out there that has been rinsed and repeated. That if you don't listen to the old stuff, you really wouldn't have an appreciation for what's out there.
Right.
Like one of the things that recently, and people are going to jump on me because, you know, I'm always posting something about music. But I recently was listening to like a Joe album. Yeah. And Joe is so great musically. He had a song, they took the chorus and flipped it, and it was it Heavy D? I Don't Want to Be a Player? Like, if you didn't listen to Joe's song on this album, you wouldn't appreciate it how they flipped that on Heavy D's, you know, rendition of that song.
Oh yeah, they do.
Or even one of my favorite is Juice WRLD's sample of Carl Thomas.
Yep, of Lucid Dreams. Right?
Yes.
Yeah, bro.
Like if you didn't listen to Carl Thomas, you wouldn't appreciate
they
music.
That man crazy for that.
You would not appreciate music because and that's why I listen to, you know, so much music. That's why I had like the album of the days, because I was really going through albums to appreciate what we have, because some of this stuff, some of this stuff is crazy. I want us to get back to a point to where we are. I'm okay with sampling. Yeah. Don't give me the whole song, just in a different way.
Right. Facts.
I'm so sick of that.
Facts. No.
I'm so sick of that.
I mean, Prince been called that out, though, man. It's going to be a point where we sampling the sample.
But,
you know?
But even back then in Prince's days, when, like, there are songs that, I can't even think of the song right now, but there are Luther Vandross is a singer that I admire, I appreciate. Yeah. Some of his greatest hits aren't his. They're covers. Right. But if you didn't listen to that old music, you wouldn't know.
Right. You wouldn't know.
You would know. Right. And because it was so good. One of my favorite, and you just got me I'm just in a place. One of my favorite covers is All I Do Is Think of You.
All I Do Is Think of You.
When you think of the song All I Do Is Think of You, who do you think about?
Damn, who is that?
Wow.
I'm trying to think, bro. You know how many titles is All I Do Is Think of You? Especially in the R&B community, bro.
All I do is think of you day and night. That's all I do. I can't get you off my mind.
Sing it.
Think about you all the time.
Go crazy.
Who do you is nobody?
No, just over my head with that.
Wow.
One. Who is it?
Okay.
Who is it?
Forget it.
Who is it? I'm saying, who sung it?
Originally? Yeah. Or who I think about when I hear it?
Who you think about when you just...
True.
Okay, bet. And who it come from?
The Jackson 5.
Wow. See, that I would have never known that.
The Jackson 5.
Crazy.
Bro. And because I was so infatuated with the 90s, it was sick. I remember I had the hot top fade. I had the circle glasses.
You ain't even live in the 90s, bro.
for a year, bro. A year. I had a year in the 90s.
I had a year. Yeah, that's a pet peeve. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. People who swear they in the 90s, bro. You wasn't even a part of the 90s for real. You had to be born in the late 80s to be in the 90s for real.
A year. I had a solid year. I was the last bit of the last bit. Yeah. And you know, I appreciate every piece of it. Yeah. But yeah,
that's
like
crazy though. That's crazy though.
Oh my God. Anyways, I got the last bit of the last bit, and I was so infatuated with the 90s, and so that's how I ended up only finding the truth. Yeah. But because I was just so like, I gotta go after more music, I ended up finding the Jackson 5 version, and then I hated the B5 version. This guy is pointing at me, but he was there when I was infatuated with the 90s. He was there. You were there for that. My first prom. We just going off on a tangent now. My first prom, I had on a blue shimmery suit that he helped me pick out.
That's why
I had on some black circle shades. I had the hot top fade.
Bro was infatuated. That's wild.
That is just
cool though.
It was. Yeah. It was a great time. Yeah, and even the 2000s was a great time. You know, I feel bad for kids now because I feel bad for kids now because I don't think that they really fully get to like experience childhood that we did.
Yeah.
You know.
Facts.
Like childhood for us was so crazy. Just to have different devices for different things, I think was the greatest thing ever. You know what I'm saying?
Thanks.
You had your cell phone to call people. You had your CD player to listen to music.
Yeah.
I had a Video Now.
Right.
If y'all don't know about the Video Now, the Video Now was the greatest thing on the planet.
That's crazy.
You got the Game Boy for your games. You know what I'm saying?
I remember.
Now, everything.
This is the PSP.
Now, everything. Man, everything is put together.
He's wild.
Everything is put together.
He's wild.
You know what? We just go take a brief break. Is there anything new that you would like to share with us? Any new content? Any new music? What should we be looking for, or are you just gonna keep that all?
Well, I mean,
as a secret.
Just some extra things that has happened in the last couple of weeks, man. I was a part of a song with an artist named Dax, man. That we became to be super cool, man. And the song that we was a part of, it reached like 1 million some views in like 10 days. It's called God's Eyes Mega Remix, and it reached 1 million views in like 10 days. I think it's creeping on 2 million now, but it peaked at number 9 on the U.S. Christian gospel charts. And I've reached this milestone 4 times before, but this is my first time doing it in a gospel category with my actual artist name on it. Cause I done did it before playing producer. I done did it before playing background vocalist. I done did it before playing engineer, but this is my first time doing it within that. So I feel like that's something to highlight that I gotta feel good about. Thank you, brother. Appreciate it. And things like that. So new music on the way. I got some crazy records that I actually song wrote on for some bigger artists that's coming out sometime in the first quarter next year. So y'all gotta look out for that. And the next couple singles to come, man, y'all don't know what kind of big artists may be on it, man. So just be on the lookout for that. All the tags, all the Instagram tags and Facebook tags is Jerome Dillard Official. And I appreciate you for your time, man, and allowing me to be a part of this episode.
I really appreciate you for coming on, man.
Of course, man.
Thank you. Yeah. And that's all I have for y'all, man. I appreciate everybody for listening.
Yes, sir.
Y'all tune in.
My boy.
I love y'all.
Yeah.